Hello friends, in this video you will see the various print paste ingredients required for printing of the textile substrate. So this is the list of ingredients. Total 10 different type of ingredients are there. First is dyestuff, pigments or dyestuff formers. Second is wetting agent. Third one is solvents, solution aids or dispersing agents. Fourth one is thickeners, binders, emulsion thickeners. Fifth one, defoaming agents. Next is oxidizing or reducing agent. Seventh is catalyst and oxygen carriers. Number 8, acids and alkalis. Number 9, carriers and swelling agents. And number 10, miscellaneous chemicals, miscellaneous agents. So these all ingredients are having their own importance in the print paste. Let us see it one by one. Very first, distuff pigments or distuff formers. From the name itself, it is clear that these are the coloring matters without which we cannot get color at printed portion. Let us see the classification of coloring matters. These are divided into two categories, dyes and pigments. In case of dyes, we are having sub-classification as ready-made dyes and integrating dyes or ingrained dyes. In case of ready-made dyes, again those are subcategorized under water-soluble category and water-insoluble dyes category. In case of water-soluble, we are having direct dyes, basic dyes, acid dyes and reactive dyes. In the case of water-insoluble dyes, the classification is wet dyes, sulfur dyes and dispersed dyes. So this is based on the solubility of dyes in water. In case of integrating dyes or ingrained dyes, we are having azoic dyes, oxidation colors and mineral colors. These colors will get formed on the textile substrate by maintaining necessary conditions, by creating necessary atmosphere. Next category is pigment dyes. In case of pigments, we are having wet based pigment dyes, phthalocyanine based pigment dyes, azo based pigment dyes and mineral dyes. So like this is the classification of coloring matter. The basic difference in dye and pigment is dyes are having affinity towards the textile substrate and pigments do not have affinity to the textile substrate. This is the basic difference. In case of dyes, the particle size will be comparatively less, whereas in case of pigments, particle size of the coloring matter will be more. Dyes can be applied on the textile substrate by changing the condition, pH conditions, either acidic, alkaline, neutral, like this. In case of pigments, since those do not have affinity for the textile substrate, we need to apply it with the help of some binders. So binders basically get cross-linked with the textile substrate. And this is how the pigments are bound to the textile substrate. So the role of dyestuff pigment or dyestuff formers is as a coloring matter to provide color to the textile substrate at applied portion. Now these coloring matters should have some properties like fastness properties. These are the important fastness properties to be considered in case of coloring matters. These are need to be tested. Very first is washing fastness, rubbing fastness, light fastness, perspiration fastness, gas fading, chlorine fastness and sublimation fastness. So the coloring matter should be fast enough to all these agencies. Then only we can say that the color is proper. It is properly fixed. Next is wetting agent. Wetting agent is also called as surfactant. Surfactant is nothing but surface active agent. So these are the chemical substances. These increase the spreading and penetrating properties of the liquid by lowering its surface tension. That is the tendency of its molecule to adhere to each other. So normally we know that if any agglomerate is there, if all of a sudden we want to mix a powder in water, what happens? It gets agglomerated. It gets converted into lumps. So if we use wetting agent along with that, this wetting agent helps us to reduce the surface tension. So by the reduction in surface tension, what happens? This molecule, the dye molecules, now here in case we can consider the example of dye. The dye molecules get separated and slowly the surface of the dye molecule is started to get etched. So water gets penetrated into it, and this is how the solubilization process starts. The dye molecule size, it will get gradually decreased by the action of water and wetting agent. So the agglomeration of the dye molecules is avoided by using wetting agent. It reduces the surface tension. One more example we can take, that whenever we use soap while washing our hands, if grease is applied on our hands, and with the help of soap if we want to wash it, only water will not solve the purpose. With water we cannot solve it. We need to apply the soap also. By addition of soap, the surface tension of water is brought down. Normally it is 78 dynes per centimeter, but if we apply soap, it is brought down till 21 dynes per centimeter. So this is how the surface tension is reduced of water also, as well the skin surface also. So it enables proper penetration of the liquid for removal of the oily matter. So this is how the surface tension plays an important role. Now normally wetting agents used in case of printing are urea and glycerin. These act as solvent cum wetting agents, hygroscopic agents also. So here from the picture it will be more clear to you. Now
Third
next
ingredient
ingredient is
of the
thickener.
print
This
paste
is
is
the
solvent
essential
solution
component
aids
of
print
and
paste.
dispersing
Without
agents.
thickeners, we cannot
Now
make
the
print paste.
solvents,
From the
solution
name itself,
aids,
it is clear
dispersing
that
agent,
it will help us
these
to
will
have
help
proper
us in
thick
proper
solution
solubilization
of
of
the
the
dye.
dyes and
That is
chemicals.
nothing but printing paste.
Generally, we use
So the
water
role
as
of
a
thickener
universal
is
solvent.
very
So, in
first
most
is
of the
to
cases,
provide
we
appropriate
make use of
viscosity to
water
the
as a
print paste.
solvent. Now, viscosity is again a
Solution aids,
physical property.
these will help in proper
So, it has to
solubilization.
provide
Dispersing
appropriate
agents are
viscosity to
normally
the
used
print
in case
paste
of
so that
dispersed
we
dyes.
can apply it
So
at
it will
required
help us to
places.
make proper dispersion
Next
of the
role
dyes. The
played
dye
by thickener
particles will be
is
kept
to
in
hold the dye
properly
particles at
condition.
printed portion
Disperse,
and
dispersion
avoid
condition.
its spreading beyond the
For
boundaries
example,
by
diethylene
capillary reaction
glycols, triethylene
till
glycols,
its complete
these act
transfer
as
from thickener
solvent
film to
even
fabric.
as I told, it has
Urea
to hold
or
the dye particles
glycerin,
at
these
printed
also act as
portions,
solvent cum wetting
and it has to
agents,
again avoid
hygroscopic agents. So
the
these are
spreading of dye
playing
particles
multi
beyond the
role.
boundaries.
Now next ingredient is thickener. This is friends. Let us try to understand the role of thickener with the help of these two images. In the first image, two color design is getting printed. Light blue and dark blue colors are being printed on the fabric by using screen printing technique. In the screen, blue printing paste is there, so we can see that appropriate viscosity is there so that dye spreading is not occurring. So the first role of thickener is it has to provide appropriate viscosity to the printing paste. Second role of thickener is it has to hold the dye particle at printed portion, avoid its spreading by capillary action beyond the boundaries till its fixation is complete. So the dye particle has to be held at printed portion till its fixation is complete. So these two roles are played by thickener in the first case. Third role is it has to extract sufficient amount of condensed water during steaming. So that we can see here in case of second image. Here we can see that red dotted design is there, but we can clearly see that the dye has got spreaded beyond the boundaries. So probably this is occurring because of improper viscosity of the print paste. So the dye has got spreaded beyond the boundaries by capillary action, or else during steaming, if the appropriate amount is not extracted by the thickener, if it is extracting more amount of condensed water, this problem may arise. So we can see clearly that the dye has got spreaded beyond the boundaries. So these two reasons are there: improper viscosity of the print paste, as well no control over pickup of the condensed water during steaming. So these are the two probable reasons for spreading of the dye beyond the boundaries. I hope the role of thickener is clear. Let us see the classification of printing thickeners. Printing thickeners are divided into four categories. Very first is natural thickeners. Second category is natural modified thickeners. So these are the modified form of natural thickeners. Next is synthetic thickeners, and fourth one is emulsion thickeners. If we see the natural thickeners, in this case we are having again subdivided dependent on the source of the thickener. So first is cereals which you obtain from plants again. Examples are maize, wheat, rice. So these are obtained from the grains. Then plant exudates. Some plants secrete a liquid from their bark. So we normally know bubble is the best example. Bubble gum, babडीचं झाड we call it. So from that, from the barks of the tree, a secretion will be there. Sometimes it will be yellowish, brownish in color. That is nothing but plant exudates that we can use as a gum or thickener for printing. For example, gum tragacanth, gum arabic, gum karaya, even bubble gum also can be added into this. So these are having some medicinal properties also. Next, natural thickener which is obtained from roots and seeds. So from the roots also we can have some kind of thickeners, and from seeds also we can get some kind of thickeners. Guar gum is the best example which is obtained from seeds. So gawari sabji we say, from the seeds of gawari vegetable we get guar gum. Then locust bean gum is there. This is also obtained from beans. One more thickener we can take into consideration, that is tamarind kernel powder which is obtained from seeds of tamarind. So that also is used as thickener for printing, especially in case of disperse printing. Next source of the thickener, natural source is seaweeds. The algae which grows on the surface of seawater, that is used as thickener for printing. So especially the example is sodium alginate, even calcium alginate is also there. These are used as thickener in case of printing. Now especially with reactive dyes we can make use of sodium alginate thickener. Now next category is natural modified thickeners. Let us see the examples. In this case we have starch derivatives, cellulose derivatives and gum derivatives. The original form is modified by either etherification, oxidation, esterification to get this thickness. British gum is there, which is obtained by oxidation of the starches. Carboxymethylated starch. So either etherification or esterification, we can get such type of derivatives. In case of cellulose also we are having carboxymethyl cellulose, hydroxyethylated cellulose. So this is how we can get the derivatives of original parent form. Gum derivatives also are there, like mepro gum, gum indalca. Gum indalca we can consider as modified form of guar gum or locust bean gum. So to improve either the capping properties, the viscosity properties, we can modify it to some extent. We can incorporate some or the other group into the original parent starch or natural thickener to get the natural modified thickeners. Next is synthetic thickeners. See the examples: acrylic based synthetic thickeners, vinyl based synthetic thickeners. In case of acrylic, we are having the example polyacrylic acid. In case of vinyl, polyvinyl alcohol. So these are used as thickeners. Basically, these are copolymers. Those get cross-linked when we mix it with water. And this is how we can get viscous solution of it. Next category is emulsion thickeners. Emulsion thickeners are nothing but mixture of oil and water. So based on that, oil in water and water in oil. These are the two type of emulsion thickeners. Oil in water means oil will be oil particles will be surrounded by water. So oil is in dispersion stage and water is in continuous phase. Here in case of water in oil means water will be in the dispersion phase and oil will be in the continuous phase. Friends, in this video you have seen the print paste ingredients like coloring matters, wetting agents, solvent solution aids and thickeners. The role of each ingredient we have discussed. We have seen the classification of dyes and classification of thickeners also. In the next video, we will see the essential requirements of thickener. Thank you.